Alright, so today on Real Journey we're going to make a rod leash. This is going to be super easy, super cheap, and super important. How important? Well, I can tell you firsthand how important because I just lost my Shimano SLX. It was paired with my Lose rod. My Lose rod wasn't too expensive, but I like that rod and I like that reel, so it was a combo that I didn't want to fall in the water. It was my first time out on my Johnny Boats Bass 100. Not a lot of space beside me, and I knocked it down in the water and I lost it. So I learned a very good lesson my first time out on my kayak, and that is if you don't want to lose it, leash it. So I made a rod leash and I'm going to show you how I did it. Alright, so before I show you how we make this, I want to show you that it does in fact work. Okay, so this end we have a loop. Okay, you're going to take your rods that you don't want to fall in and you're going to put that around it. And then you're going to put it on the seat of your rod and tighten it down. And then this will be attached to it. And then this end is going to be attached to your kayak handle or your chair if your chair is locked down, or a crate if your crate's locked down. Whatever you want to tie it down to, that's what you'll tie it down to. Okay, so we can see that works on there. Now, spinning reel. Okay, so you can see it's not in the way, and if it's a little loose here, if you wanted to, you could fold it over and really make it snug on there like this, you know, and then it's really tight on there, you know, and that's not going anywhere. It wasn't going anywhere before, it wasn't in the way before, but if you just want it really snug on there, you can. Now this end, now you could cut this and shorten this up. I might end up doing that, but for now I'm going to leave it how it is. I'm going to use this as a demonstration purpose. You could also just hook it onto one of these guys like that. Boom, it's on there. It's a little stretchy. And then this hooks to whatever you want it to. That is an option. Or, this thing is dusty and rusty. We're going to pretend this is a handle or something on your kayak you want to tie it to. So what you're going to do is just put it through, right? And then you'll just keep wrapping it through, making it really tight on there. And I have to do about 4 wraps, and that seems like a lot. So maybe I'll cut this in half and make it smaller. And then you just open this one end up and you stick the ball through. When you get that ball through that loop, it comes down on it. Okay, and now that's snug on there as well. So whatever you tie that to, that's good. But at the same time, if you want to, you're going to have to pull it tight. And you want it so that you have to pull it tight to get off. And you can undo it. So if you want to remove this, you know, from the kayak or whatever you have it tied to, you can easily. And then, of course, with your rod and reels, you just take off your rod and slip that off. So that's the leash we're going to make. Now let me show you how to make it. Okay, so first, you're going to need to buy some paracord. As you can see here, it's really cheap at Walmart. You can get 50 feet worth. And I bought orange, and I cut off about 5 feet to make a rod leash. You can choose whatever length you want. And as you can see, there's a lot of color options besides orange. And I use this same material to make my anchor trolley that I'm probably going to do in a future video. I haven't taken it out and tested it yet, and I want to do that before I make a video for you all. But I am going to make that video. So I have plenty of this material left over, so I thought I'm going to make rod leashes out of it. And so this is good durable material. And then we took canopy ties right here, and these are great. I've used these for several DIY projects on the kayak so far. So these are great to have around. So we're going to use this on this end. We're going to use some cable ties. These are 8-inch, but you don't need 8-inch. I just like that they're thicker than the small ones so that they're a little stronger. And we're going to use some heat shrink tubing. But if you just wanted to use the cable ties, you could use the cable ties instead of the heat shrink tubing. And if you just wanted to use the heat shrink tubing, you could use that. You don't have to have both, or you could have both. I'm just showing 2 options of tying down your loose line. So we're going to take this piece of shrink tubing. It's more than wide enough to fit two of those little strands in there, and we're going to cut it in half so we can use this twice. We don't need it to be as long as it comes. So now we have two of them. And so we have this end here. We're going to take one of these shrink tubings, put it through so that it's on here. Then we're going to take one of our canopy ties, and we're going to just run it right here. And then, you know, we can tie whatever knot we want. We can tie an overhand knot. I believe that's what it's called, you know, when you tie your shoe. So you just tie a regular knot. You know, anyone can tie this knot. So this is a good knot for an example if you're not a good knot tire. I mean, I'm not the greatest either, but this won't come undone. And then you just double knot it, right? And you think, oh, really? He's showing me a double knot tie? Like, oh, this isn't going to work. Well, have faith. So, double knot, that's not going to go anywhere unless this loosens up, right? Well, we can do two things here. We can bring that tubing back over, right? And bring it over here. And then take our lighter to the shrink tubing and light it up. We can might even be able to fit this back in a third time and really wedge it in there. And so you heat this up, it will shrink down to it. Don't burn your rope, but heat it up enough that this shrinks down to it. And then once that happens, that knot won't loosen there because this will be there. Now the other option we have is zip ties. You know, those are really small ones. I'm going to use the bigger ones, and then we're just going to cut away the excess. So what we do here is we take this and we just fold it back like that. So that's going to create some thickness right there, right? Now, once we have it a little thick right there, this will be able to latch down tight enough. We're going to latch this down behind that knot. Okay, so you see once that's latched down right behind that knot, this isn't going anywhere. And then you take your scissors and you cut away the excess right there. And I mean, you can even do it one more time if you want. And then you might want to light the edges because it's a little pointy rubber right there. You know, make sure you don't touch that while it's hot, and if you do, make sure your tips of your fingers are wet, and that will make it dry. So that right there, that's not going to go anywhere. You know, you don't have to worry about that knot at all. And then this right here, you can put it around whatever you want to put it around. And so that's one end, okay? Now if we run to the other end, okay? So this end right here, I don't like that, so I'm going to get the lighter to it. And then we're going to take another one of these canopy ties, okay? And we're just going to push the line this way and pull this ball off there. We don't need that, okay? And then this right here, you can just untie this. It's really simple. Boom, it's untied. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this around our reel. And we don't need this much material. I would say we'll cut this in half. Alright, so we're going to do an overhand knot and leave enough material to do a second overhand knot. Okay, so then now we have that ring right there, right? And remember, we cut that shrink tubing in half. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take one and feed it through and feed it through. Okay? And then from here, we have both ends. One's just barely sticking out that shrink tubing, and the other one's pretty far out. And we're going to take our lighter to this, and the shrink tubing is going to tighten down on this so that that knot won't loosen on us. Now, we're not going to hold it in one spot when we're putting a flame to this. And if you're younger and doing this, you know, have an adult do this. But we don't want to hold it too long because we don't want to burn the rope or whatever you call the canopy tie here. We just want to hold it long enough that the shrink tubing shrinks like it's supposed to. Make sure your fingers are wet if you're going to touch it. Even still, even wet, that's pretty hot. So now we have that little tube right there, right? And then put this through the middle here and tie a knot. Just a regular knot. And then we can tie a second knot, double that up, and then that piece of tubing we put on here is going to come down and go over here. And then now we're going to heat up this end. We do the same exact thing with this one that we did with the last one. We make sure we don't burn the rope, but at the same time we want to heat up the shrink tubing enough that it adheres to this. And that's it. That's all it is to it. It's just a couple knots here and there. And I just want to remind you that you don't have to make only rod leashes for this. So I cut off like 5 feet worth to make a rod leash. You know, 4 to 5 feet to make a rod leash. And that's what I decided to do so that I can set the hook. I can put my rod out here. I can pull a fish in. I can kind of move it everywhere. And I still am not going to like be restricting myself. But like if I decide to make one of these for my paddle, I don't think I would need it to be 5 feet. If I made one for my net, it wouldn't need to be that long. If I made one for my measuring board, it definitely wouldn't need to be that long. So you can use this the way I made these rod leashes for a number of things, not just rod leashes. And if you do buy the Walmart paracord and you don't have an anchor trolley system where you make a retractable anchor that you can drop down in the water at the front of the kayak or the back of the kayak, the trolley allows you to move that anchor wherever on the kayak. And so we made 5 feet rod leashes, and then we still had enough left over of this to make the anchor trolley system. So we will be making more DIY kayak video stuff on here. So if you like DIY kayak stuff, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make the red button turn gray, and we will still be fishing on here. This is a fishing channel. It's just I'm going to be doing a lot of DIY kayak stuff to get my kayak to, you know, the best vessel it can be so I can have my best fishing experience. So for me, part of my journey, my real journey, is doing some of this DIY stuff. And so I thought I would share some of this stuff with you. I'm sure it will be helpful to some people out there. And that's going to be it for today on Real Journey. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button, and we're out. Peace. Now is it real?